Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Friday, September 20th goes to Carabelle. Carabelle is a Texas mom who, like any parent, has concerns about what her children are learning in their schools. When you are concerned about things that are happening in your child's school, the school board meeting is absolutely the proper place to express them. But Carabelle might have expressed her grievances at the wrong school board meeting. See, this school board meeting was supposed to be about COVID. Okay, it's a middle school, so they probably have different, COVID protocols because some of the kids aren't able to get vaccinated yet unless they're, 12 and up, I think it is?
12 and up, yep.
Yeah, well, Kara didn't, come there to find out about no social distancing. She didn't want to hear about no mask. Okay, she had one thing on her mind, and it wasn't COVID related. Let me give you the context once more. Carabelle, mom, middle school board meeting about COVID. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it was about, COVID. Here is Carabelle.
All right, well, I'm just thankful that y'all don't have the ability to make a mask mandate. And tonight I was going to talk about the need for a second high school, but I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy or the idea of pussy. A Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico. You can find that on page 39 of the book called Out of Darkness, which you can find at Hudson Bend Middle School and Bee Cave Middle School. All right, not gonna lie, I had to Google cornhole because I have the game in the back of my yard. But according to Wikipedia, cornhole is a sexualist slang vulgarism for anus. The term came into the use in the 1910s in the United States as verb form to cornhole, which came into usage in the 1930s, means to have anal sex. I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I have never had anal sex. I don't want to have anal sex. I don't want my kids having anal sex. I want you to start focusing on education and not public health.
I know your Uncle Charla always says the craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. But boy, Texas is really, 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 really putting themselves in that number. Now, I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. But from what I just heard, I think Carabelle is trying to tell us that she doesn't like anal sex.
Yep.
All right. The best thing about stories like this is the headlines. All right. Let me read you some of these headlines. Complex. Texas mother interrupts COVID-related school board meeting with rant about anal sex. TMZ. Texas mom loses it over anal sex in book at school board meeting. MEAWWW.com. Headline. Texas mom slams school board over anal sex. I mean, who's not going to click on those headlines? Here's the thing. Is Carabelle right? Sure. Is there a time and a place for everything? Sure. Is there a way to have that conversation? I'm sure it is. But I don't think a school board meeting about COVID is the time and place, okay? Anal sex is not as dangerous to the kids as COVID. At least I don't think it is. I don't have any scientific evidence to prove that. But the whole idea that we have to focus on education and not public health, because that's what she said. I want y'all to focus on education and not public health. That is insane. All right, schools should absolutely do both at the same damn time. It's a pandemic, Kara, okay? It's a public health crisis happening that kids aren't really protected from because kids aren't able to get vaccinated yet unless you're over 12. So these kids are spreading it at school and then bringing it back to older people who could really get sick and die. So yes, we can talk about education. Of course we should. Schools should focus on education and public health. But don't tell people not to focus on public health because guess what else? COVID isn't the only public health issue that kids will face at school. Please give Carabelle the biggest ER. You licking your lips for? Talk about,
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Do we have a question?
No, I don't have a question. I would play a game, but I know the answer to this.
We know
one.
the game.
Yeah, I know the answer.
I think a good question would be, what would you rather have, COVID or anal sex? No?
All right.
No, you shouldn't agree with me on that. That's when you're supposed to shoot me down. That's when you're supposed to say, no, Leonard, that's not a good question. Okay, that is not a topic we should do. See, this is the problem. There's no policing in this room. That's the problem.
Sounds like a great question.
I got to police myself. You know I'm still healing.
Let me ask you, which one
No,
would you
leave me
prefer?
alone. Let me see. You see my Palo Santo? You see what I'm doing? What I'm doing? What I'm doing here? What I'm doing?
What you doing?
See? Palo Santo all over me. Leave me alone.
Put it on the backside.
Leave me alone. I actually am. You want to help me?
No, I'm good. See, you play too much. All right. Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051.
Question.
Earlier this morning.
Oh.
Earlier this morning, somebody called in and was talking about a fake page that it was a fake DJ MV page. Somebody hit him and was requesting $1,400, and the guy was about to send the $1,400.
No.
The fake page said that I was going to give the guy a car.
Prove the page is fake. Because I ain't never seen that watch you got on. And that watch look mighty icy.
I ain't got no watch on.
Prove. That's a new watch.
I was at iHeart. This is not new. This is old. But I was at iHeart over the weekend, and when I go to iHeart, I got to perform. I put my outfit on like I'm Superman. It's my costume.
Okay.
All right. But anyway, a guy called and said that on a DM, I said I was going to give him a car for free. And all he had to do was pay the taxes and shipping for the car, which was $1,400. And he was about to send the money, but he wanted to make sure. That's not me. I'm not giving nobody a call for free. But let's open up the phone
Sounds
lines.
like you and him giving Carabelle something to complain about. That's what it sounds like to be.
800-585-1051. Have you ever had someone make a fake page of you? Whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Black Planet, whatever you want. 800-585-1051. And if so, what did it say? What did it say you were doing? What did it say you were going to do? Let's talk about it. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.